We posted a video on Instagram and TikTok. If biology wasn't a thing, at what age would you have children?
I said I didn't want children at all. And then the conversation kind of went towards like, why not? And then just the idea of having kids in general. I still don't personally want kids. So
Well,
yeah.
I hope you haven't changed your mind.
In the past month, actually, I've had a child. No. Then there was a lot of discourse on because you want kids.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to talk about, the discourse, because I was saying in the video, why? Because I didn't know that about you.
Yeah.
We're both friends.
Yeah.
And also, I said in the video, that's all I think about, and I felt like I was being attacked for wanting kids.
No, it was really strange. It was like a lot of the discourse in the comments was like, it's sliding. Discourse in the comments was, why are you judging your friend for not wanting to have children? Like, why do you expect women to have children? Da 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 da. Where we were just having a conversation as two women that want different things out of life. And I didn't take offense to when you were like, what, really? I didn't take offense to that because I know you want kids.
Yeah.
So I understood that it was crazy for you because this is something that you really want out of life. So the fact that I don't want the same thing, of course, it's like a curiosity thing of, oh, tell me more, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't take it as a bad thing, but there was a lot of discourse of like support for me, and I feel like a little bit of hate towards you, which I didn't like, and I don't think we should. Don't do that. That's mean. I think that's what they took offense to. Of
why? It is shocking to me if a woman doesn't want to have children. I want to understand why. I don't personally think women are on this planet to have kids.
I think that's what they thought you thought.
But how can you think that if you haven't had a conversation with me and asked me?
Because it's the internet.
Okay.
Like, I think that's just truly the reason. I think it's just the internet. And, I mean, at the end of the day, we know what the conversation was, and we know where we both stand, and there's no offense or anything there, any animosity. I think that when you were like, oh wait, you don't want to have kids, by default in like whatever, maybe the assumption was that you think women need to have kids. So it was shocking to you because I was like, I don't.
But I never said that.
You don't have to.
Because I said in the video, that's all I think about. People are like, I need to get myself a hobby. By the way, I have a hobby. You're listening to it right now. And second of all, I just think I shouldn't be shunned as a woman that I want children. No. I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't think you should be shunned. I don't think the same way I shouldn't be shunned for not wanting to have kids. I think it's a difference in opinion. And I mean, it's with any conversation that we put out online, you know, it's kind of opening it up to what anyone else has to say to us, even if it isn't necessarily what we meant. Because there's only so much context we can give in a 15-minute, 15-second video. We know, because we had a long conversation that you like cut around because we were talking for a minute, you know what I mean? Yeah. But that boiled down to like 30 seconds. There's a lot of things missing that even though we know we talked about, they don't.
Yeah.
And they don't know, and they didn't know that like maybe they didn't know that we were like actually like friends, you know? And that maybe we just like met online and we decided to have this conversation or something, and they didn't understand that no, we actually like we hang out and we are friends with each other, and it's not like an attack on conversation.
We're trying to gut some people out. Also, another thing, I like having friends that want different things to me because it just makes me understand the world better.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good quality to have. Like, I don't just want to be friends with women that want kids.
Yeah.
I want to be friends with all different types of people. I want to be friends with people that want to adopt. I want to be friends with people that hate the idea of having kids. I want to be friends with people that want to have 10 children. Like, I want different perceptions.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to have.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you open your eyes and listen to other people's opinions.
I agree completely.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Us having that conversation really made me think about, like, why do I want children? Why?
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I hope it made you think about that. Or maybe you're completely set in your ways. You don't want children.
I don't want children. It's like a fear-based thing, I feel, also. I just can't see myself having a child. Even the way I say a child sounds like I'm talking about a foreign object. I'm like, I appreciate children and I appreciate like the joy they bring, and I like, if you had a kid, cool auntie, I'm so excited to like, you know, be there
Yeah.
in a capacity, in a not a mom capacity, but like I'll babysit, you know, and like I'll bring cute little clothes and like talk to them and play with them and everything. I don't hate kids. I just don't want one of my own.
Wait a minute. Some flashback.
What?
I saw in the comments someone said, but she didn't answer the question.
True.
It's kind of true.
It is true. We didn't answer the question at all.
Me, if biology wasn't a thing. Oh, another thing I want to add to this. Sorry, loads of flashbacks keeps coming to me. Someone was like, a man can have kids at the same time as a woman. I am going to be very opinionated. No, they cannot.
Yeah.
Men can have kids at 60, 70, 80. Most women cannot do that.
Yeah, because we only have so many eggs in our bodies.
Yes.
There's like a limit in the body here.
Yes, it is true. Like sperm count decreases.
Yes, but I don't think it's in the same like. I think they have sperm count decreases, but then they don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't they like constant? Aren't they making the sperm? Like
Yeah.
we're not making more eggs. We're
No.
born with the amount of eggs that we have in our bodies,
Which
and that's
I think
it.
is fascinating. I
Right.
think that's amazing.
I think it's so interesting. It's like we have a set amount of like potential children, whereas there's so much more sperm.
Yeah.
There's so much more sperm than there are eggs.
So I don't understand that comment. Like, just, I don't know, go and read a book, talk to your doctor. I'm not even entertaining that. Next.
Yes, we need to answer the question.
Oh, yeah. I would have a kid at 42, 45.
Okay, assuming I did want kids, I think I would be around the same
Yeah.
amount, because I feel like I want to be old enough to where I have enough life experience and stability and like everything to where I can raise a child and give them the life that I think they deserve. You know what I mean? And like give them that and be mature. Because I feel if I were to have kids in like 3-4 years, like in my late 20s, I don't think I would be in the place to know how to raise one, right? And but I also don't want to wait to be so much older to where I can't be active and like play with my kids.
People would
And,
argue
like-
and say 45 is pushing it. When I have kids, I'm not saying at exactly that age I would have figured that out, but
Yeah.
I would just like to be more sure of myself and more stable. But if I had a kid now, I would still be ready.
Of course.
Anything younger, I don't know if I would have been ready. But maybe, I don't know.
I just can't even imagine. It's just like
How old were your parents when they had you?
like 27? Let me see.
I think people had kids younger back then.
Let's do the math. They did though. Because it was like it was a pressure thing too, and like it was a more traditional. I don't know. I feel like conservatism is coming back, unfortunately. Like people are, I think, also
Because people are not having kids.
People aren't having
need
kids.
to have kids for economic reasons and things like that.
I think the world's overpopulated anyway. You know? And I think that I don't think necessarily even having kids means like biologically having kids. I think it means like adoption or anything. Just like
I would be open for adoption.
Yeah, I think there's so many kids in this world that need a home and that need love and that live in that existence, and I feel like it would be selfish of me to create another life when I know that there's already so much life that deserves to be loved.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think I could do it. Also, the thought of being pregnant scares the shit out of me.
I was just about to say that,
Yeah.
but I thought I'll let Mabel come to that one.
No, the thought of being pregnant, horrifying.
I don't understand why more people on social media are not talking about that, because
What do you mean? I'm doing the math.
all people I see on social media, for example, I feel they paint pregnancy as such an amazing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yes, it's great.
She had me at 28.
Oh, she had you at 28.
Yeah.
That's a good age.
Yeah, I think that's like, you're still young enough to like, you know, be figuring things out. I don't know. I'm sorry, you were saying about pregnancy?
Just don't know how amazing it is to be pregnant. And I feel everyone paints out this thing like, oh, I'm so excited, or da-da-da-da-da, and it's like, is it that exciting? Is
No, I
it that
think
fun being pregnant?
But here's the thing, it depends on from woman to woman, right? Because I've seen women that have had easy pregnancies and they're glowing the entire time, and yeah, they get morning sickness and everything, and I think having the birth still sucks and everything, you know, and they have for all intents and purposes, like an easier pregnancy journey. But then there's also like instances where it's not as easy and you get really bad morning sickness and you feel like you're in pain all the time more than usual, or there's complications, or maybe you wanted to have a natural birth for like you want to have a natural birth, but then you end up having to get a C-section. That's horrifying to me. I'm sorry. Pushing a bowling ball out of, I can't even imagine holding that in my body, growing some, like you won't know what your experience being pregnant is like until you are the one that is going through it.
Yeah.
Because maybe you'll have a really easy one, and maybe you won't get that much morning sickness, and maybe like some people are in labor for only a couple hours. Some people are in labor for days.
It would just be a great thing to hear different perspectives of being pregnant, and it's not just amazing, because it's not.
Yeah.
I have never been pregnant, and I'm pretty sure it's not always an amazing thing.
I'm sure.
And I don't hear more people talking about it, and I wish they did. I wish they were just more honest and stop trying to be perfect all the time.
Well, that kind of applies for anything online.
Mm.
No one's gonna want to share like the moment at 3 a.m. when they're hunched over the toilet, like throwing up for hours and hours and hours, because that's not a fun reality to watch, and it's online. Who wants to see anything that's not fun?
I personally don't think I would like to breastfeed, and people are like, you shouldn't say that in public, and I'm like, well, I'm really sensitive there, and I just don't like the idea of breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And women have been like, you shouldn't be saying that out loud in public, and it's like, why? That is my opinion. That doesn't make me less of a person because I'm saying that.
I think being being met with a response of you shouldn't say that is crazy, because you're talking about what you want with your body. Like, you're talking about what you want for your comfort, your body, your future. So I think being met with you shouldn't say that in public, that's insane. That's insane. You can say whatever you want to say.
I know it's better for your child. So maybe when I give birth,
you could pump.
Yeah, I think I would be doing that. Maybe it will all change when I see my child. I don't know.
But it's like maybe like a hormonal thing will come over too. It's like we're all animals still. So it's like, I think I'm like 99.9% sure. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. I'm not, I don't know much. But isn't there like a thing of like when you have children, you produce like hormones and your body it does all of that because it's like a natural like animal instinct to like take care of the child and to protect it. Yeah. It's like how when children scream and cry, it's like it's a type of frequency so that humans are like, I need to attend to this thing. Yeah. And that's why babies cry. And I think it's just really ridiculous for people to be like, well, you can't say this and you can't say that, because you also don't know what you're going to think.
We're round this off. So what have we learned from this?
We learned that...
I've learned a lot, by the way.
I've learned a lot, too. I've learned I'm horrified of having kids.
I'm actually a bit scared, too. And it really...
I feel like this has just turned into me kind of scaring you a little bit more by...
No. It hasn't scared me.
Okay, good.
It's made me be very intentional of the fact why I want children, which I should be if I'm bringing another person into the universe. Yeah. And I think it's made me think about it more carefully, which is what I want. I don't want to be having kids because the whole world is telling me to have children. I don't want that. I'm not into that. Yeah. I'm having kids because I want to, and because I want to...
You want to have a family.
Yeah, I want to have a family, and I want to give my child so much love and support.
And I think that's beautiful. Like, you want to love a little, like, version of you, and you want to, like, help it grow, and you want to, like, bring a person into the universe, like, bring a good person into the universe. I think there's so much negativity in the world that if you have... Because I don't have this innate, I want to have a child mentality in my soul, right? But I think that if you do... and you want to bring a good energy into this world in amongst all of these negative people, and you want to make like a good person, I think that's such a beautiful thing, because I think the world needs so much more kindness. I think that's to be celebrated. I don't think we should be like, oh, well, you want to have kids and I don't, and I think you're being ridiculous.
I just feel as women it's really important to have these conversations with your friends And
with no judgment either. Conversations before too, where it's like, oh yeah, I've been like, yeah, I don't really see myself having kids or whatever, and they've been like, but what else are you going to do? And everything, but not in the way where we had a conversation where it's not in the way where you and I've had the conversation where you genuinely were like, wait, but I want this so bad, I can't imagine it. It's just kind of like a judgment thing of like, oh, well, you're doing woman wrong. And I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Because there's no right, wrong way to be a woman.
And who else would I not want to have this conversation with another woman? I think that's so amazing to talk to you about this.
Yeah, and I think it's like a nice vulnerable thing because we're navigating the society together on what it's like to be a woman. And we're very different women, you know? We have very different backgrounds and we're like clearly very different people. Being able to talk about it with just real openness and not an interrogation is really important. And I think that, I don't know, I think that these conversations should be had, and I think that we should all talk about the nitty-gritty and the ugly parts of it and like the true reasons of why you do want to have kids or what you're scared of on this, or maybe your intentions, and maybe, I don't know, years down the line my opinion will change.
Yeah.
But then having that space for opinions to change. And then not being like, well, you said you didn't want to do this. Why did you do da? Like, just because I think this way now doesn't mean I'm going to think it forever.
That's so true.
Although
we could swap.
That would be insane. Yeah.
But it's interesting for two people that actually want different things. We both agree on the age.
Yes.
If biology wasn't a thing. So what do we both agree? 43, 45?
Yeah.
45 is when
I would have kids. Hypothetically.
Yeah, me too, if biology wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we answered the question. Love.
Love you, bye.
Bye.